Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, cause it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yo, what up, bitches? Welcome. It's KVJ After the Show podcast with working microphones.
Yeah.
All right, baby.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Nice to be back with the big boys.
Yeah. And we do know your mic is not yet perfectly set, Jaybird, so we'll work on that. It's got to be fixed a little bit still, but
It's making me stutter.
It sounds weird, but it's a lot better than the first one they came in here with. It sounded like you were in 1922.
yeah.
We're getting through it.
Yeah, that's just it. Every day, try to find your way. So we're getting there. Got a couple follow-up fun little things. The kid saying the darndest things. Jaybird had a cute little adorable 6-year-old point out his gut and say he looked like Santa Claus.
She was so excited. Wow, your stomach's as big as Santa's.
Yeah, she's like, wow, that's amazing. And she pointed out the lines on your face.
That's correct.
Yes. Well, some other fun things kids say. Kids do say the darndest things. I came to town for a family Easter celebration after losing a considerable amount of weight. My nephew walks up and he says, "Who are you?" And I said, "Well, I'm your Aunt Sue." And he said, "No, you're not. She's totally fat."
Oh.
But the good news is you're not now, right?
Right.
Aunt Sue backslapped him.
It's almost kind of a compliment.
And then Aunt Sue went and ate her feelings.
Yeah, yes. Let's see. Got one here about kids getting in trouble. What was the biggest trouble you got into as a kid? Another topic we had on the show today. Christy said, "I convinced my little brother that the mailman was really his dad and he was adopted. My mom found out when he put on his Easter clothes one day and told her it was because he was getting dressed up to go meet his dad in the afternoon."
Oh, damn, that's totally messed up.
Kind of messed up. And from yesterday, we had a would you rather question. Switch genders every time you sneeze or not be able to tell the difference between a muffin and a baby. And Laura said, "Thanks a lot, KVJ. Every time I fucking sneeze today, I thought about my junk changing. I currently have a penis on the front of my body. Now I'm wondering how long it'll be before I can become a girl again. You've ruined sneezes for the rest of my life, LOL."
Watch those muffins.
And Wayward Son here. Couple combos for the Big Heart, Big Dicks combo from yesterday.
Yes.
Yes. We came up with the theory that when you see two men together, one has a big heart, one has a big dick.
I love it.
But not both. That's just how it goes.
It's the rules.
When two men are paired together, yes. Hall and Oates, we figured out. And without a doubt, to me, I thought that Hall had a big heart and Oates had the big dick.
And I did not think that until you kind of laid it all out for me, and you made me. You turned my
You
thoughts
saw my
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
You turned him onto Hall's dick or Oates' dick?
Oates.
He turned me on
Oates'
to
dick.
Oates' dick.
Oates
Okay.
having the big dick.
Got
yeah.
it.
That's what that all was. Let me see. Mario and Luigi.
Luigi's got the bigger dick.
Think so?
Oh, big time, yeah. He doesn't get all the shine. Mario gets all the shine. And
That's a big heart.
That pisses Luigi off.
Well, his big heart's driving him to save the princess. Luigi doesn't care. Luigi's out snaking pipes with his big dick. That's what he does. That's how he cleans out a pipe.
His dick actually looks like one of those mushrooms from Super Mario Brothers.
That's what you're jumping over.
It's a big, giant dick.
It's a bunch of Luigi dicks.
Okay, Uncle Jesse, John Stamos, or Bob Saget, Danny Tanner.
Danny Tanner had the big heart.
John,
Uncle Jesse has a big old...
I feel like Stamos got a thin dick. I'm going Saget for the big... I disagree with you on this one.
Really?
Unless you can change my mind again.
Saget's got big dick energy.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Maybe you changed
Saget
my
does
mind.
have big dick energy.
I'm with Virginia on
Okay.
this.
Maybe
Yeah.
it was. Well, it does say Saget. I mean, he's got sag in his name.
Like sagging balls?
Just sagging pants.
Oh,
because
yeah,
of
okay.
a big old dick.
Yeah, all right. So you agree with us now?
Yeah, I'll go with that. That makes sense to me. Woody and Buzz Lightyear.
I mean, you got Woody with the name.
Buzz Lightyear has the monster cock, I
Probably,
think.
yeah, of the two.
Sorry, Woody. Those pants lay real flat on the front.
SpongeBob and Patrick.
Patrick's got the bigger dong.
Patrick's
He does.
got
He
a
doesn't know what to do with it.
Hog.
But he's got a very large, whatever he is, it's very large.
SpongeBob isn't hung, but he doesn't even care. It's not what's important to him.
I don't think SpongeBob has a dick.
I think you're right.
I don't think he even has one.
It's just a sponge.
I just don't think there's anything there.
Wayne and Garth.
I think that
My favorite part is how Kevin.
Who's the difference?
Kevin's really thinking about
I
it.
do.
You're giving an honest effort.
Well,
Gosh,
I
I
mean,
respect
I
it.
feel like
Wayne-
I feel like I owe it to the listeners.
You do.
Wayne has a bigger
Take this
dick.
job seriously.
Definitely.
I think so too.
I'm with
Wayne.
you guys. Yeah, I'm with you. All right.
Yeah.
We're all pretty much on the same page with this, by the way.
Another movie here, Braden's got a concept. Said, hey, I was looking at the movie Benchwarmers, and I got an idea from it. They got a scene in the movie about keeping stats on the back of players' cards, and all the stats were for funny things like broken windshields and dead squirrels. So that got me thinking about stats on your playing cards. Like Jaybird. You could have turned off his microphone 3 times, fucked up the thought of the day 5, brought up Kevin's new hair 52.
That's you're lowballing on that Kevin's new hair.
I
And
agree,
I'm gonna
yeah.
keep it
Today.
going. People tell me to shut the fuck up about it. I'm only going to turn it up more.
That's how he operates.
I got to sing about that thing. I think it's amazing.
You already did.
I mean, I'm just saying sing to the people, just
Okay.
to the masses. Just sing my thoughts.
Somebody's got an idea for a future show. Keith said, what is the most cringy movie scene to watch with your mom and or dad? Or overall most cringy movie to watch with mom and or dad? It's anything, with the explicit sex scenes. It's the one that you wouldn't think would have an explicit sex scene that all of a sudden comes out of nowhere. I mean, if you're going into 50 Shades of Grey and be like, I can't believe it's so uncomfortable. Well, dumbass, what do you think the movie's about?
Yeah, I brought Jerry Maguire over to my friend. I was in high school at the time and brought it over, and I was bragging about how great of a movie it was to the mom, to the dad. So we're all watching it, and I forget 15 minutes in, there's a part where Kelly Preston is naked riding Tom Cruise, and she goes like this, never stop fucking me! Like that.
Oh, my
And
God.
I remember just feeling, and they were kind of religious. The cringe in my stomach, I wanted to sprint out the window.
Oh, it's awful.
It was awful.
So I think the list is the most benign movies with the just, wait, why did you have that outrageous sex scene? I mean, it wasn't like Tender Love Under the Sheets. You didn't see much. It
This was
like
her riding Tom Cruise,
cowboy
yeah.
and screaming. Yeah. So that would be the interesting list. This is kind of like the beware list because you're thinking, Jerry Maguire, it's cute. It's Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah.
And then bam, out of nowhere, you're like, whoa, wait, hold on. What's up?
There has to be a list that's already put together for that.
That'd be interesting to see. That'd be the one to go over those. And that's what it is. The trickery of those movies where you think it's safe to sit down with mom and dad. And then there you go.
Okay, boom. Oh, sorry.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall, I did not know it was going to be the opening first scene. So much dong, and I'm watching it with my mom.
That's right.
Like, ugh.
You knew it was rated R, but you didn't think you were going to get some dick right in the front.
I mean, dick in the very beginning.
Yeah. No, it
Whoa.
was yeah.
Not even going to warm me up.
There's a list that says 15 movie sex scenes that totally came out of nowhere.
Okay, yeah. What do they got?
They've got, let me see here. It's one of those ones you have to click everything.
Oh, yeah.
The Zion Rave, The Matrix Reloaded, I guess. There was a sex scene out of nowhere in The Matrix, one of the Matrix movie.
Okay.
Puppet sex in a movie called, the ads are coming up. It's not the best site, Kevin.
All right.
I'm so sorry. I tried.
Yeah, you did. I mean, you went at it. You're like going, okay, look at Jaybird over here. He's got something that's timely. It's ready to go.
The Dark Knight Rises. Is there a sex scene in that? Out of the blue that's uncomfortable?
Dark Knight Rises. I'm trying to think. That is the first one where he is in the prison. He breaks out.
That's right. There's a scene in the original Ghostbusters where Dan Aykroyd gets blown by a ghost. And there's the picture of it. I
forgot about that too.
Yeah, and it's weird.
Okay.
And that's like a kid's movie.
Remind me not to watch that with the kids.
He's making that face like the 80s over the top. Whoa, this
Whoa,
feels
look
good.
out. Whoa. There went my ectoplasm. Yeah.
Oh, somebody slimed me.
Yeah, whoa. Okay. That's a pretty good list. We'll work on that for manana. Steve from D.C. sent us this. Hey, piggybacking off the Dutch sweet treats conversation, my girlfriend's from Hungary, and when I went to Budapest for the first time, thought of Jaybird when I ate a few of their snacks. The first was called chimney cake. It's really thin cinnamon bun dough cooked over an open flame and drizzled with cinnamon sugar.
Oh, my gosh.
Then there's langos. This is fried dough elephant ear, just like you get at the fair, but then you put a thick layer of sour cream and a liberal sprinkle of cheese on top. Jason would inhale like 10 of these easily.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you for titillating me.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That sounds really good. I love your idea of International Day, where we do all kind of stuff we would normally not
fun.
eat.
Yeah, because,
Hell
as I started delving into the Dutch treats, I remember, from a kid and going there and what my mom would bring. I'm like going, damn, I forgot, man. I really loved some of that stuff because, we would come back or we would get sent care packages of the Mausches and the Stroopwafels, and I freaking loved them. I was so pumped. Fat kid was like, oh, my gosh. So good.
Fat kids love food gifts.
Oh,
Are you kidding me? That is the only
best.
gift. It's better than money. You take out the legwork.
yeah. Pretty exciting stuff. Got an update for the cocaine email we got the other day. Said, Dear KVJ, I'm the one who emailed about my husband doing coke.
Yes.
I greatly appreciate you reading and answering my email. It did help hearing it out loud and confirming that I was lied to. I'd say probably half, if not 75% of all the emails that we get and we talk about on the show, it's people just wanting confirmation.
Sure,
Because people think
know.
you think you're crazy.
It's like it seems like a no-brainer, but that's just it. Like you do. There are things that throw you in the spin zone.
Like a crazy cokehead making you think that you're the bad guy.
And then you're like, maybe I am crazy. I don't know. I just
It
need
does
some
happen.
I need some opinions on this. He tricked me into thinking that it's helping his back pain.
Whatever.
And it gained him my sympathies. He also claimed the cocaine is a stimulant like caffeine. I'm naive to drugs, but not that naive. Actually, it is.
It is a stimulant.
Yeah, big time stimulant. Yeah.
But it's not legal and it's not okay.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Just that
you can't get it at Starbucks.
Just the fact that there's little kids there and he's got cocaine there, he puts everybody at risk for something awful. That alone.
Mm-hmm.
And you're the mother. It's your job to protect your kids. And if anybody is hurting them, even if it's their dad, you got to get the situation changed.
Yeah, she said, I didn't even know that cocaine was dangerous and that it's a felony. You're right. I can't ignore this.
No.
My first inclination is to get him help, especially for the sake of my children. The problem is he's not an ultimatum guy. If you push, he will push back and harder. That's why his threat to disappear was so extreme. I started documenting things that he's done and taking screenshots of texts from him. That way, if things do go south, I'm readily protected and keeping my baby safe. I will not ignore this. Thank you so much for giving me the strength to take action. Yeah, and I would, you don't have to be, so deliberate like you will go to therapy or else. But, I mean, you can say, hey, look, we need to get you help. And, it's not something that I can have the kids around.
It's not acceptable.
Yeah.
In our marriage or in our home or in our lives.
Yep.
So you got to figure out what you want to do now. Mm-hmm. If you're picking the cocaine over your family,
then you need to go.
Then that's it.
I like the idea of trying to get him help, but be firm with your words.
Yeah.
Don't be, like you're saying, don't go over the top and yell. But this is a serious thing. It has to be addressed now.
And it's not an ultimatum. Don't
No.
feel like you're giving him an ultimatum. You're just saying, you've changed.
Well, there's a standard.
And I'm not going to
For our
accept
children.
this.
And fuck him. He's threatening leaving you and the kids. Fuck
You'd
that.
be better off.
Yeah.
Honestly, you're better off having him leave you and the kids than staying at your place and doing the cocaine and leaving it out like he is.
And getting you all arrested or possibly in trouble.
What scares me is the kids getting into it.
Yeah.
You're
Figuring
in
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a kid that ODs. That's crazy.
If you're ready to start taking legal action, it's good that you're keeping all this stuff, because when you do get a lawyer and you start the divorce proceedings, if he tries to fight you on child custody, which is basically a lot of times just child support, you'll have this evidence to why he's an unfit parent, and you'll get 100% custody.
Alberto sent an email, said, hey, KVJ, I got a 1-hour commute every day to work. Listen to you every morning on my drive. Watch the ATS podcast during my lunch break every day. And I want to hear your opinion on this. I was recently in La Belle, a small town close to the west coast of Florida. It's lovely.
We know it.
Yeah, I think we've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I've necessarily stopped, but I've driven through it many times, heading over to like Fort Myers. If you take, Southern, turns into 80, blows right through. Yeah, you're going to eventually go through La Belle, but it always seems like such a lovely, quaint town. In fact, it reminds me of Logan as a kid growing up. Just quaint, small like that, cool little town. I saw this sign posted along the fence of an elementary school. I don't know what the school's policy is, or if this is just a scare tactic, but I'm personally okay knowing that there may be teachers that are armed in order to protect kids. And the sign says, warning, staff may be armed and will use whatever force is necessary to protect our students. So there you go. That is the sign. It is up there.
I don't hate it.
I would love to hear your thoughts on this, preferably during the ATS, so you can discuss with no holds barred. Love you guys. Keep up the great work. Alberto. Yeah, I'd seen that they were doing some stuff about passing where teachers could carry guns in schools, and that's something that's kind of going on. I haven't done a deep dive into it. Just I knew we wouldn't really use it much on the show. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to, deep dive into stuff like Justin Bieber lip syncing. Now, that's the stuff that really matters, Let's really get everything laid out on that.
You want to get into a major, heavy gun debate on the air?
Yeah, right, exactly. And that's basically what it would be. I think, obviously, to me, I always look, I think what happens too often in all these discussions in politics and everything else is we immediately look at, where we disagree, and then we cause that to be such a huge fight. And then where we do agree and what's common sense, we don't get done because we're too busy fighting about the shit that really doesn't even matter, because it's just what we disagree on. You don't have to agree on every single little point to say, you don't want kids getting killed at school, right?
Right.
Okay, let's start with point A. All right, cool.
We
now
all agree with that? Yeah, we agree.
Yeah, we agree.
Put yourself in the shoes of parents that have kids in these schools.
Yeah.
If you would have told me that a few of the coaches at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas were packing heat that day that, all the tragedy took place, those coaches that lost their lives, if they would have had a gun, they would have been able to take out the shooter. And I'm not saying try to give every teacher a gun, but there needs to be more than just one resource officer who, in the case down there, happened to be a giant pussy and was not a man enough to run in and shoot anybody. If more of the trained, professional teachers that have the certifications, have the guns, I think it's a good thing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily have an issue with it. I mean, to give you my thoughts, my first thought, and if I really delved into this, I would just say, okay, what would be best? It would be best to have people who have great gun training, have time and are paid to be there to be alert to such things that should happen. Can we do that? Can we afford that? What would that take to be able to do that? Is that a possibility?
Fuck this, man. Guns and fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just throwing out that outrage that's going to be there somewhere.
I'm pro-gun, but I don't have a gun.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think, like, again, the point is let's not make it about guns. Let's make it about keeping kids safe. And let's say, okay, well, what's the best way to do that? We want to jump right into teachers and guns, and let's say, okay, is that the best option? We want to keep the kids safe. What's a good thing? Probably my only thing just with teachers and guns with it is I would want somebody that can be focused, can be in it. Where does a teacher keep a gun? And there are some things that can happen. There's a couple things that concerns me with teachers with guns. One, first part is you'd have to be thoroughly trained. You'd have to have emotional checks. You'd have to make sure that this is somebody who's emotionally stable, knowing for being good, they know how to operate a gun. The problems that I have, a couple things, is one, students get you triggered. And you're in the midst of trying to educate kids, and at the same time, at the back of your mind, thinking, okay, wait, what's going on? We got a perpetrator, and I got to go get my gun. Second thing is, like, I even saw that kid who was wrestling that gator down there at that mall. It was that fake gator. That same kid had gotten in trouble a couple days earlier because he went up, tried to put a wrestling move on the principal, I think, at his school. So he's just trying to make viral videos and doing stuff. But those are the kind of things that educators are up against. If you had your gun on you, a kid could wrestle it away. That concerns me. If you had your gun hidden in your desk somewhere, a kid might get to it and might wind up missing. Those are some of the things that are my first questions that concern me a little bit about armed teachers. Those are the first 2 points. It's not against the teacher. It's just, okay, it's, you got to have, if somebody's paid to be there, to be observant, they're trained for this kind of stuff. They're ready for it, and they probably don't have a kid trying to put them in a headlock.
So, Nikki, counterpoint. Kevin just came at you.
I think it should be a geographical thing on the school campus. I think that there should be one gun in every wing, and there should be a qualified individual that's got it on their person, that has been through the training, has the proper permits, and has been certified. I would like them certified by their local law enforcement. I would like them to go through that level of gun training. But geographically, I think all areas of the school campus need to be covered.
Ralston, counterpoint. So Nikki hits back.
I like it.
Okay, debate over.
Yeah. The one that I saw that I thought was best, and I know you're talking cost and all that kind of stuff, but I think it was an Indiana school they had on the news that it was built for all that kind of stuff, and they could slam doors shut where people couldn't get into rooms, and it would basically cordon off a shooter in a hall, and they had smoke that would come up and deterrence and all this kind of stuff that would disorient the person. And so I was like, that seems like some really cool stuff. Now I imagine that's not crazy, but how did that Indiana school afford to be able to do that? That would be something that I'd look into, because to me, I don't want to spare any expense when it comes to safety at schools.
No.
Yeah.
Only gun I need is my love gun.
Too much kiss.
You shooting that thing at anybody lately?
And no, I'm not shooting it at anybody. I'm not even playing with myself. I'm just kind of trying to get.
So the thing's loaded then.
I'm just trying to get through all the and stuff and just a bunch of stuff, and then I'll be back to masturbating. But I'm not mentally in it to be dating anybody right now. That's just the bottom line.
So you even gave up masturbation?
I just haven't been. I don't know. I'm a little off. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Is this ever popped into your head? Now that Anne's in heaven and that she can see you would feel weird masturbating?
No, because I've gone through that with my mom and all that. And
they're both watching them.
Yeah. Look, if they're watching me, that's on them. They're clearly in a better place and they're mystical. So fucking stop watching me masturbate. That's on them.
Okay, here's the one I was telling you about earlier about Virginia's dresses. So I was scrolling through your YouTube videos, live shows, and began noticing that Jason is right about Virginia's dresses. They're always black. I think it would be cool if she did a closet tour or just showed her collection of dresses. I'm super curious to see how many she has and how she manages to find so many.
Yeah, why is it because you are truly a witch? Why do you have so many black dresses?
Black is slimming, and I love the way black looks in photographs. So the way a black dress photographs is it makes you look smaller than you are. Lighter colors stand out more, and that's just basic 101.
I'm asking you this in a serious manner. Do you think you have weight issues?
Yes.
I think you do a little bit.
I think I always have.
Yeah, okay. I just wonder, where do you think those come from?
I have a weird body shape, and I have skinny arms. We were talking about this yesterday. Me and Kevin were talking about this. Well, I was talking about it. He was pretending to listen. I have skinny arms.
Kind of
like right now.
Kind of like what I'm doing, too. Gosh, why did I ask her this, Kevin? No, I'm just kidding. Come on, tell me about your problems.
I think I have skinny legs, skinny arms, but I tend to be a little doughy around the middle.
The Humpty Dumpty is what you're saying.
It's not a good look, but it's what I got.
But do you think that's in your head a little bit, maybe?
Probably, but I can tell a difference in my body when I've been having a little fun.
Well, I think everybody can.
And
that's normal.
I go up and down all the time. And when I'm up, I'm sad. And then when I'm down in weight, I'm happy.
Okay.
So
just wondering.
I know it's going to be for the rest of my life an up and down thing, like most people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's just kind of the way it goes. Try to stay in that ballpark.
Yeah, I think food issues, weight issues, it's all tied in together. I think I do have food issues. I got some issues that without a doubt involve food. I mean, it kind of rules my life. It's kind of a problem. I go up and down too, man.
Yeah.
Most people do.
I think it's normal. If you don't go up and down, I don't think you're living. I think that, like, if you just stay small all the time, I don't think that you're allowing yourself those fun cheat adventures that just bring me so much joy.
Well, I just was raised so much with everything involving food. Everything, no matter what unless my dad's not a big food guy, but everybody else in the family, it was a big fucking deal about food and what we're having. And if it wasn't good enough, we're having spaghetti again. I mean, it was fighting and love and eating, and it just was fucked.
It's a lot to it, huh?
It's a lot to it, Kevin.
A lot to it.
I feel good we had this talk. I think we had a breakthrough.
I feel great, too.
All right,
Yeah, I
good.
feel good. Good stuff. Good stuff. I got this from Bree, and the Pizzle said, I am behind on the podcast, but have FOMO if I don't hear every episode. And I'm listening to the January 17th show.
Oh, girl, you late.
Dang. Where Virginia's hairdresser Justin is on set to dye Kevin's armpit hair and Virginia's eyebrows. Anyway, I am a homo honey, and I love Justin on the show. It's like he completes the circle. You have the rigger Kevin, the bitch, love you Virginia, Fumbles Jaybird, and the pothead Denny's, and then the addition of Justin, sheer perfection. Just my thoughts. So there you go. Tell him to quit his job and come in to work tomorrow.
Suits, you're fired. Justin's running KVJ TV.
I don't think you want that.
Not on KVJ TV, guys. In the studio, yes.
Just kidding, Suits.
Justin's happy to come in here whenever you want. He is a colorful man, and he loves coming in here. He loves you guys.
He's an
He's an entertaining dude.
We love Justin.
If you're with Justin, you're having fun. And that's just it. Like, I know if I have him around, if I'm stressed, if I'm sad, if I'm whatever, he turns my mood around. And he's a blessing as a friend.
Yeah, he is he's a good dude. He's a funny guy, too. Yeah, good stories. I ran into him at a bar not too long ago, and we started going back and talking about some of the good old days, crazy adventures.
We got him wasted at the Crawfish Festival because he's on a cleanse right now, too. He's going to Nouveau, the same place where I'm going, and they've got him on a cleanse and a plant diet. Like, he's doing all plant-based food.
Wow, good for him.
And so, if you haven't drank in a while, you will get loaded quick.
Big time, yeah.
We got him majorly loaded at the Crawfish Festival.
Fun.
Oh, if you haven't drank in a minute, and then all of a sudden you're having one or two beers and you're feeling it pretty good, I love that feeling.
It's good times.
Well, because you're not full. You don't need that much to drink, and you're already having a good time.
You're right.
Saw this story, and it totally made me think of you, Jaybird. There's a new study found that listening to sad music when you're depressed can actually make you feel happy and happier than upbeat music would do.
I totally understand that, and I've tried to explain it to you guys, and you guys, I'm clearly not explaining it good enough. It does. It brings out it makes me think, and it purges out some feelings, and then you feel relaxed and happy.
Well, the researchers who did this experiment think it's because uplifting music is just irritating when you're feeling sad.
I can see that.
So that's why they think that actually sad music when you are depressed makes you more upbeat.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, sometimes if you're legit sad and someone's trying to cheer you up and you just can't get there, you don't want to be happy.
Get away from me.
I think that's the body saying you need to feel sad for a second or two.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Couple of quick shout-outs here. National Infertility Awareness Week is going on. Got an email about that. 1 in 8 couples in the U.S. is going through infertility. Scary stat. And this emailer here says, my husband and I are one of those people. And I can't understand why insurance companies are still not required to offer benefits for fertility treatments and medication. Some stated make it mandatory, but Florida's not one of them. How is this even possible? So there you go. Yeah, full cycle of IVF and meds is around $30,000. My husband and I need to pay for a second one this year, out of pocket. It is crazy. I guess they just look at that as that's a voluntary thing. It's not a necessary medical thing, and that's something that you want a child. You don't physically need a child, and it's tough. But yeah, I know I've always wanted to do that contest where we give away a kid an IVF treatment. Yeah.
And then you have to name the kid after one of us. So
Yeah.
pick one of our names.
Yeah. I've wanted to do that for a long time. We haven't been able to get that worked out. Haven't been able to get sold for whatever reason.
How can we do all of our names together to make one name? Verkevinson? Verkevinson. Verkevin? I don't hate it.
Yeah, it works.
Verkevinson.
My whole name's in there, though.
Verkevson.
Well, I mean, you've done the work.
And
Okay.
And you are the star.
And you probably got the IVF account.
Yeah,
You
I
probably
should.
sold it.
Yeah.
You missed the
Somebody got to.
You missed the king. That's what it is. That's what I think Ann would call you, Mr. King.
Mr. King,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, she had
Mr.
so many.
Universe.
There's so many names.
He thinks he's Mr. Universe.
You know, if you guys introduce me on Saturday to Memorial, we should have introducing and we should go through every name.
Smuggy ass.
Yes.
Smugging around.
Yes. She had about 10 different names for me.
So many names for you.
Yeah, so when you introduce me, I expect you'll use every single name that
Okay.
she's ever had for me.
I
We
love
will.
it.
Mr. King, Mr.
Absolutely.
Perfect, yes, Mr. Your Highness, whatever.
I think she called Mr. Radio. one
Mr.
time.
Puppet Master.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I gotta
yes.
go through some of that.
Yeah, so we'll have to try to figure out what those are. So we can have a formal introduction on Saturday. Nothing else will be formal. It's just going to be fun. We're doing the Ann Listener Memorial Party at Das Craft Beer and Pizza on Singer Island starting at 3:30.
Yes.
So it's open to everybody.
Not the one in Abacoa. People are already saying, is it Abacoa? No.
Yeah.
It is Singer Island because Singer Island's bigger. And we heard from some listeners that were curious about, is the place going to be big enough? Yes. 5,000 square foot. It's a big place. They've got a stage for us. They're going to have full Gorilla beer on tap. This is the last chance you will have to get a full Gorilla beer because it is out. This is literally the last keg in
Yep.
Palm Beach County. So come and enjoy the time with us and celebrate this beautiful
Yeah.
woman that gave us so many laughs.
She did. She gave us 10 years of laughs.
Yep. So see you guys on Saturday for that. Tomorrow, Friday, and the weekend, bitches. We'll be back Friday with a KVJ show. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.